We now welcome into the Media Center Parker Klingerman, driver of the number 7 Red Horse Racing Toyota in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series, and team owner Tom Deloach. Parker currently sits 6th in the point standings. Parker, you spent the beginning of the season with Brad Keselowski Racing and have since joined Red Horse Racing. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Well, we've gone through a lot this week, but at the end of the day, Brad and Penske Racing and all our sponsors there gave me a great opportunity for the last year and a half. But, we just weren't accomplishing what we'd hoped to have, and at the end of the day, that's winning. And we just weren't doing that. And it looked like in this championship battle, we had put ourselves in a good position, but we weren't there. We weren't quite having the potential to go out and win this championship. And so, obviously, made a change and was lucky enough to end up over here with Tom Deloach and Red Horse Racing, and just really grateful for the opportunity and going out there today in first practice and feeling how professional organization this is, how great the equipment is. Joe Gibbs Racing Motors are just a huge step above. I'm really glad to be here.
And Tom, you want to talk a little bit about bringing Parker to your team and what it'll do for your organization?
It was quite a surprise. I'm at an airport about to take off to go on a vacation trip, and I get this call from Parker, and he says, hey, I need to talk to you about something. Brad and I have decided to go our separate ways, and you got a ride? Could I get in that Red Horse truck? And we said, well, let me check on a few things. So we went down the normal checklist. We got all the stuff, the basic stuff for the 7, of course. But it's, where's the chassis? Oh, I got to go call Joe Gibbs, make sure there's an engine ready. So we went down all that stuff, and it amazingly came together really, really fast. The guys have jumped in. All of the guys in the shop, 11, 17, we actually wound up hiring about 3 or 4 extra guys because earlier in the year we had been able to run the 7 with the shop guys, but now that we're racing more on a week-to-week basis, I can't do that anymore. So we're able to pick up several really quality guys on the team, pull it all together. In the middle of all that, we're changing down bars. But it's been a rather exciting week and a half to get to this point. Parker's dropped right in. It's almost like he's been there all year long. He and Todd, of course, have been buddies for a long time, but I see more of him talking with Timothy. Actually, he and Timothy are running pretty close to the same setup. Now, they'll deviate during this race to kind of get their exact feel for each other. But it's been really refreshing to see how well he just dropped right into the family and going forward.
Thank you. Yeah, glad to be here.
Okay, we will now open for questions. Please state your name and affiliation. We'll get a wireless mic to you.
I have a couple of questions. First to Parker Klingerman, Wolfgang Monzer from Germany, Rennsport Press Agency. I think earlier in the year, during the NASCAR media tour in January back in Charlotte, it was announced you have a cooperation with Roger Penske. Can you give more details? Is it still in use? You're still driving for Penske? And number 2, when you left Brad Keselowski Racing, was there anything particular wrong with the equipment, with the car, that you changed teams?
Well, what's your name, by the way? I didn't get it.
Wolfgang. It's a
Wolfgang?
German name, yes.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely. That's cool. Well, Wolfgang, thank you for the question. First off, I'm still a development driver with Penske Racing. I've been with them since '08. I have a contract with them until the end of the year. And obviously, there's been a lot of changes and a lot of things that have happened there on the nationwide side that have kind of preceded the truck side. But definitely still on call with them. I'm actually doing the practice and qualifying the 22 Cup car today, and then and also practicing it tomorrow, and then I'll also be doing some testing for them later in the year. So definitely still have the relationship with them, and very thankful for that. And Roger got me my start in stock car racing, so I can't be more thankful for what he's given me. As for Brad Keselowski Racing, no, I don't want to say there was a one pinpointed thing that this was wrong or that was wrong. At the end of the day, these teams, the way we get better is having the resources get better, whether it's wind tunnel time, manufacturer support, you name it. And we were just falling behind that area. And for Brad and the long-term future of his race team, he needs to find a way to go get that. And with me in the truck, it just wasn't possible. So, no hard feelings there. Not going to put them down. I was really grateful for the year and a half there, and we came very close to winning races. We couldn't quite get over the hump. Thankfully, over here at Red Horse Racing, we do have the support of Toyota. which is really large, and it's a big thing to have that manufacturer support that they have and being able to work so closely with the manufacturer. So excited about that.
Wolfgang?
A follow-up question to Mr. Tom Deloach. You're one of the top teams in truck racing. Is there any particular plan in the long or short-term future to go into Sprint Cup?
We race in trucks. My idea of expanding Red Horse Racing is we race more trucks. The way I look at it, I can expand up to 36 trucks before I top out, so I don't need to go anyplace else.
Brian, with
Brian Nelson, Motor Racing Network, Mr. Deloach. If you could talk about, this is a team that was shut down earlier in the year, and what has changed? How is this situation different from the one that John King was running earlier in the season to keep it going from week to week?
One of the tough parts about racing is it takes money to show up at a track. Without money, we can't afford to pay guys. These guys really kind of get used to eating on a regular basis, so we have to make sure to get paid. So they like getting paid. Joe Gibbs likes getting paid for motors. Places where we buy steel, they like getting paid. So it's a matter of, it gets down to funding. The King family was a super group to work with. We met with several sponsors. We thought we were about an inch away from sponsorship on a number of different cases, but it didn't happen. And when it gets down to it, you got to have money to go racing. So we wound up to the point of saying the money's not there, so we're going to have to suspend operations on the 7. We had all the equipment. The equipment is sitting there. The hauler's there, the pit box, the toolbox, the basic equipment. But if you're not buying tires and buying motors and all the rest of the stuff, you can actually save some money. So it came along with Parker came to me and said, we've got some funding. Can you start it up again? And we were able to start it up and go forward. The neat part about dropping Parker into the group is that we now have 3 sets of data. We have Todd's data, we have Timothy's data, we have Parker's data from the first practice. So that my 3 crew chiefs can now sit with the competition director and say, okay, what did we learn? What worked, what didn't work, and how do we get better? That's the strength of running multiple entries. I think you see it throughout the traveling series that multiple entries make a difference. One of the issues I think that Parker would have probably seen in his prior life was that Dodge does not have that stronger program. They've indicated they're not going to be back next year. So I can see where the issue is. Toyota is highly invested in the truck series. Toyota is here. Toyota is really a fantastic sponsor of Red Horse Racing. The technical support is incredible. So when we blend all that together, it kind of comes down to money and resources. And when you talk about resources, resources really translates into money again. So when it gets down to it, you run race trucks based on having enough funding.
any more questions for Parker or Tom? Bob?
Bob Parker, Sporting News. Parker, how many races do you hope to run for Tom? And then also, can you just talk about the plans for you in the Cup car this week? I mean, they told you what Sam likes and how you're supposed to set it up, or are you just going out there and giving pretty basic feedback?
Well, first off, I'm here to go win a championship. You know, I'm here to win a championship for Red Horse Racing with Tom Deloach, and so hopefully we'll be able to go for the rest of the season as long as we stay in this championship fight, which is, you know, one of the reasons that we tried so hard to find a ride was that we were so close in the championship run. With that said, the Cup car, I've done a lot of testing, obviously, with Sam. I've done a lot of testing with Brad. I did a lot of the practice and qualifying for Brad's nationwide car when he won the championship in 2010, also last year. And I think we won something like we won 3 out of the 5 that we did. So we had a pretty good record doing that. And, you know, I've seen their driving styles and able to master driving styles pretty well. So, you know, I think for the practice here, we're going to go out and do full-on qualifying practice for this first practice before qualifying, and then we'll do full-on race practice tomorrow. So it's not basic feedback. It's, you know, it's going to be intensive. It's going to be in the effort to try and get them a winning race car for Sunday.